How's it? And welcome to the Think Tank, powered by Vodacom. It's a rugby show that's a lot like a toothpick. It's short, sharp, and goes well with biltong. I'm Zelim Nel, and this is Tank Lanning, former Western Province prop and rugby columnist. Tank, the 2015 Super Rugby season is upon us just about. Everybody complains there's too much rugby in the season. You can feel the excitement building already.
Yeah, it's a bit like that every year, isn't it? January you're just short of rugby and you scramble around trying to watch Heineken Cup and it doesn't quite do the job. And then February, it's coming. And as you say, it's been around for a bit and some people are a little bit jaded. But that February the 13th, when the first game comes, it's a big one, especially a couple of the derbies.
Previous seasons, the guys had that 4-week break for the June tests to recover, come back from injuries, and then rejoin the campaign. This year that won't happen. It's a World Cup year, so obviously we're going to play from middle of Feb straight through to July. Do you see that playing a big role in how this competition rolls out?
I understand there's some sort of agreement here with Heineken and the coaches, but the proof will be in the pudding, because if you're 3 rounds to go and you're in with a shot of semis, are you really going to pull Yannick du Plessis? Are you really going to pull Evan Edsmith?
How would you do that?
Exactly. So I think the fact that it's a World Cup year, the fact that we won't have a rest, will impact on not only Super Rugby, but the Springboks. Heineken's going to be watching every game, nipping like this, because injury to a big player, and he's in trouble. So yes, I do think that the fact that there's no rest and a World Cup will influence the season quite a lot.
Every time we get into Currie Cup competition, coaches say, well, the Lions have got a Super Rugby side playing Currie Cup, but in effect, they've actually got a Currie Cup side playing Super Rugby. So, injuries will really affect a team like the Lions. But how do you see them going forward into Super Rugby?
Money talks, it's all about that depth. Are you prepared to pay a third-tier player, 50 grand a month?
Right.
And the big guys can, the small guys can't.
Yeah. The Cheetahs have lost Adrian Strauss, Lapis Labiskakni's gone to the Bulls along with Adrian. Do they have any players left up front there that you could actually call to mind? And is the whole show on Willie Leroux's shoulders? Tell me about the Cheetahs.
Yeah, sure, but to lose front row players like that is big. But they're a machine, they're a talent machine. They've got great college, and they seem to just come through the ranks. You talk about front row. Big question marks around Kuni Oosthuizen and Atated.
Listen, Tank, just for the record, on record now, do you think if it was a sprint race you could beat him?
No chance.
Dance off?
Maybe, but if you put a toasted cheese at the end,
I was going to say, chicken wing contest, you'd nail it.
Yeah, no, he gets around the park. He's astonishing, and that's why Heineken loves him. Yeah. Is he a Atated? Yeah. No, I don't know, but he was all right on the end of your tour.
Tank, obviously we spoke about Adrian Strauss going to the Bulls from the Cheetahs. He had one hell of a season last year, finished up as, in most people's minds, South Africa's best hooker. It's interesting that he chose to make the move from the Cheetahs, where he's so comfortable, he basically walks around the facility in his underpants, to a Bulls side that is in a state of rebuilding now, and he's got a lot to prove, and it's a World Cup year.
Yeah, so there's some contention there. Strauss is an established good player. He didn't like what was going on at the Cheetahs, and he asked for a little bit of an intrinsic review, have a look at structures. He didn't want to be personal, but the understanding is that not all the coaches are as professional as they could be, especially away from the field. They refused, and he said, well, listen, I'm calling your bluff, and he's off. Is he the best hooker in the country? I would agree that a lot of people do think that. I don't. I think Bismarck du Plessis is the best hooker in the world. I think he's an astonishing rugby player, and I think Heineken makes a mistake every time he doesn't start with him. But I think your hooker today is about stealing. The golden ball is the turnover. Yeah. And that's why you see number 8 stealing ball now, not just your number 6s, not just your open side flankers. So, and I think that's where Bismarck edges Strauss.
Thanks for tuning into the Think Tank, powered by Vodacom. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.